Hopefully you know that. Outside of TV and H.P. Lovecraft. When was the last time you saw somebody's last will and testament? Practice what you preach. That's my testament impression. There's perhaps for the old man, wherever he may be. Last will and testament. I, the decedent, do make, publish, and declare this to be my last will and testament. In the manner following, hereby revoking all wills and codicils by me at any time heretofore made. I direct that all my legal debts, the expenditures of my last illness, funeral, burying, and of administering of my estate, and all estate, inheritance, legacy, succession, or similar duties or taxes, other than any tax on generation skipping transfers, which shall be assessed in any manner by reason of my death, it shall be paid from and charged to my residuary estate. I give all my personal household effects, automobiles, boats, and collections to my wife, if she survives me. If she does not survive me, I give all my personal and household effects, automobiles, boats, and collections, share alike, to my children. The issue of any of them who shall have predeceased me to take their deceased parents shared by right of representation. You can have anything they want by right of representation. I may also leave a statement or list disposing of items of my tangible personal property. I intend for any statement or list to supersede in whole or in part other gifts I have made of a tangible personal nature in this article of the will. I give, devise, and bequeath all of the rest, residue, and remainder of my property and estate, of which I may die seized or possessed, or to which I may be entitled at the time of my death, of whatsoever kind or nature, real, personal, or mixed, and wheresoever situate, excluding all property over which I may have the power to appoint or dispose of by my last will and testament, it being my intention not to exercise any power of appointment I may have, except as it may be exercised specifically by other provisions of this will, to my wife, to be hers absolutely, if she survives me. If my wife does not survive me, I give, devise, and bequeath all of the rest, residue, and remainder of my property and estate, of which I may die, seized or possessed, or to which I may be entitled at the time of my death, of whatsoever kind or nature, real, personal, or mixed, and wheresoever situate, excluding all property over which I may have the power to appoint or dispose of by my last will and testament. It being, did I just... My wife, my representative, if my wife shall not survive me, or shall be unwilling or unable to act, then my oldest son shall survive as the personal representative of this, my last will and testament. If my oldest son shall not survive me, or shall be unable or unwilling to act, then my second son shall serve as the personal representative of this, my last will and testament. My personal representative shall have full power in its discretion and without any court order or proceeding to sell pursuant to option or otherwise at a public or private sale, and upon such terms, including provisions deterring payment as it shall be deemed best, any real or personal property belonging to my estate without regard to the necessity of such sale for the purpose of paying debts. It's a very interesting thing with 4 children in the family. If you read a last will and testament, you really get into the mind of a person who's writing it. Even if it is a form letter, they pick the form. I'm not going to finish this. What I am going to say is that imagine there's a family of 4 children, and the oldest son is put in as the executor if the mother is not alive or competent. It goes to the oldest son. And so what if the oldest son has predeceased the decedent? You would think it would go to the next one down the line. But instead, it goes to the second son. And you could think it was about, he's born in 1940, whoever might have written this thing. He's old-fashioned and thinks men need to be taking care of things, but I don't think that's the case. You look at this stuff, he has become enlightened over the years. And this was 19 years ago. He jumped the next person in line who was going to be in charge if everybody died before he did. Skipped the 4th, but skipped the 2nd. There at the time that the 4th was just running out all over the world, nowhere to be found. Nobody could tell what the 4th might be doing. And so everybody says the 4th is crazy. But if you skip the 2nd, it's a fine reminder that the writer of the last will and testament didn't see the 2nd any more sane than the 4th. It's an enlightening thing to read about what it is people are thinking 19 years before in sound, mind, body, and spirit. Sometimes a dead man's words tell more than the one that has to lie to you to keep you from attacking you with a fork.